Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yes Have Some on YouTube. Welcome to our new daily. We're going to say daily till it's not
Daily.
daily.
Don't call it daily
It's
quite yet.
daily. We need a name for it. What do you think? The YHS Express? I
I don't know. That's
don't know.
okay.
Well, right now we're going to talk about James Gunn revealing the brand new Superman suit and maybe a little bit more. Thanks for joining us. Here we go.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Daly?
Do I? Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
All right, everybody. My name is Craig Goldberg. Welcome to YHS. Friends, new and old, joining me, Jacob Walsh. Jacob, how are you doing
Hi.
today?
I'm good. There's a big outbreak of storms in Oklahoma. It's keeping me on my toes. Anybody who's hey, if anybody's listening from Oklahoma,
Yep.
stay safe because
Stay safe.
from what I hear,
Yes.
it's off the charts tonight.
Okay. There's tornadoes out there, much like that one Superman movie. There's a tornado.
I was trying to bring it around.
Bring it all around.
If your name's Kent,
Pa Kent.
Pa
Or
Kent.
now we just watched Baby Reindeer and Martha.
Yeah.
Do you see the connection? So what we're going to do here, we'll set the stage. Basically, there's a lot of breaking news every day in the world of pop culture, TV, movies, and things like that. And we figured, why not jump on here as much as we can and do little mini episodes. This isn't going to be a full hour or anything like that. 15, 20 minutes. We get our opinions, our thoughts out on whatever the topic of the day is. You guys have a little bit of fun, and we all move on with our lives. Jacob, does that sound good?
It sounds great, and I'm really excited that our first episode is talking about whether or not The Rock is a piece of shit.
Do you think he is?
I think he is.
Okay.
I think he might be. I
Until
read that article.
Listen, until The Rock steps on YHS and defends himself, the tale has been told. Well, let's get right into it. So what we're going to do is talk about the big news that was revealed today and just kind of give our general thoughts on it. So revealed this morning by James Gunn, who, as you all know, by the way, yesterday I think was the 1-year anniversary of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and maybe he was waiting for that 1-year anniversary to pass to finally reveal the brand new suit for Superman. It was called Superman Legacy. It is now just Superman, July 11th, 2025, so a little bit over a year away. Jacob, I don't think either one of us are diehard Superman or DC fans, but I think we're informed enough to give some opinions here. So, first of all, where
Even
are
if
you?
we're not, we're gonna.
Yeah, where are you in general on James Gunn rebooting DC Studios and hopefully doing a little bit better than Zack Snyder?
I think they should name this movie Superman Again. That's what it should be called.
Okay.
Whatever, dude. I don't DC. I mean, anybody who's listening, that listens to YHS knows that DC is not the top of our lists. Like, I love Batman, but as far as the movies that we've gotten, they haven't been quite to my specific liking. But James Gunn, I think it's probably a good thing. I think the switch up is probably, it's probably what they need. Hopefully it's what they need. And as far as Superman is concerned, Superman's like, if I was ranking all of the superhero movies
this is why we're
cared
doing
about,
this.
Superman's just one. Like, I have watched Superman things before and enjoyed it.
Right.
I watched the first couple episodes of that new cartoon that's and I thought it was very good, but I didn't keep watching it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Superman, so seeing this today, I always think it's fun to get glimpses and to, I mean, this is your first image basically of what might be a whole new universe. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's exciting.
Sure.
But under the surface, I don't really care about Superman too much.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I was very bought in on what James Gunn did with Marvel. I think that his 3 Guardians movies are top tier MCU. And Jacob, I don't know if you've revisited Guardians 3 since seeing it.
I have.
It's a really good, and it's kind of weird because
Okay.
you don't like it.
No, it's not. No, it's not that I don't like it.
Okay.
It's a good movie. I
It's a
don't think
good
it's
movie.
anything. I don't think it's anything like special, but they're definitely like. Is that a hot take? That
I mean,
Guardians
I
of
think
the Galaxy 3 is not a
so.
masterpiece.
You know what?
Listen,
I've always
Guardians of
noticed this. You have a stigma against threes. You
no,
love
it's
Thor.
not. Jaws
you
3 is amazing.
No, no, it's not. You can't say Jaws 3 is amazing.
Hey, Thor 3 is the best Thor movie, isn't it? Isn't 3 Ragnarok? It
3
is
Ragnarok.
it's not just the best Thor movie, it's like one of the best Marvel movies. I just think I actually pretty recently watched all 3 Guardians movies.
Okay.
Part 1 is the best.
Part 1
And it's the best by far, I think. And I think Guardians 3 does have some great stuff in it. But I don't think it's as good as the first one.
It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, so I don't know. And Guardians 2 is also still enjoyable, but it's the worst of the 3.
See, I've always been a big fan of Guardians 2. I think mainly looking at where the MCU is right now,
Yeah.
3 is kind of a it's the MCU's in a bad spot. Like we just have to be able to say that.
Sure.
We just have to say that. So but anyways, let's get on with this. So Superman Legacy. This all started a long time ago. But it started with us about 5 minutes ago with me saying that I really like what James Gunn did in the MCU. I genuinely like
he did very good.
He did well, and I was not. Here's an interesting thing. I was not the biggest. I thought that the Suicide Squad movie was not great. Like I thought not James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I thought it was okay. Which made me hesitant to watch Peacemaker. And then Jacob, I don't know if you've seen Peacemaker, but it's by far the best thing DC has had come out of it in a very, very long time. So, but anyways, I'm excited about Superman because I do think it is a fresh start, a needed start. I'm glad we can finally remember 2021, 2022, do you remember the Snyder Cut? Do you remember we talked about it like 4 times? Yeah.
I remember watching it, and
yeah.
I remember that was like a big YHS moment we're like, well, we have to watch this 3-hour version of this fucking movie. And then I also remember parts of it being like, this ain't so bad,
Right.
parts of it were better. And I had fun doing all that, all that coverage of that film. It was fun.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's probably some new people that are going to be seeing this video since this topic's a little bit outside of our normal realm of things we cover a little bit. I mean, especially lately, the last several months has been almost exclusively Ghostbusters. So
there's also some good comments here. Like there's names.
Let's highlight
and
some comments.
I was just wait, not that one, sorry. I saw this. The Uncanny Girl says, I often wonder why we place such emphasis on sequels outperforming the first film in a series. More often than not, I feel sequels fulfill the needs for expanded stories. And I think I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's this nature for people to think, oh, it's another movie, it has to be better. It has to outdo the first one. Hell, I saw the hottest sequel take of all time on YouTube the other day. Quentin Tarantino was talking about how much he likes Jaws 2.
I saw that. I watched
insane.
I saw that. I listened. I think he was on a show talking about it or something, and I was listening to it. And,
well, he made a good point. He was like, look, it's obviously not anywhere near the first movie. And
right.
A lot of the kills suck, but some of the shark attacks are good.
Yeah.
And getting to see, Roy Scheider play that character again is awesome. So,
yeah.
So I wanted to highlight this comment from Hunter. Says, yes, have some. What is your thoughts on people bashing the Superman suit reveal and saying they want Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill back? Jacob, I feel like you're going to have an opinion on this.
Those people are crazy. And I don't think it matters what you think of the suit. We're going to talk about what we think of the suit.
Yeah.
But the people who were just like, bring back Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill, it's over. That universe is over. Those movies are done. I don't think either one of those guys did an awful job with what they did. Those weren't my favorite, but I didn't hate those. I didn't hate Henry Cavill's Superman.
No, I thought he was overall pretty good.
Yeah, so you always get that weird kind of backlash of people who are just gonna hate it because it's new and it's not the version they liked.
Right.
It happens with everything. It happened with Spider-Man when we've had 3 or 4 different Spider-Men out there, and people have their favorites. That's just how it is.
That's just how it is. And I think one thing to keep in mind is that it's really hard when you get attached to a certain actor or a certain director or a certain direction of a property. But like we've all been, I mean, listen, I'm wearing a Batman 89 shirt. Like,
right.
I can still love Batman 89 and love Michael Keaton and, also appreciate everything that's come after it. I think with these types of characters, we realize there's a little bit of a shelf life, so this is the brand new actor, David Cornsweet, which I haven't seen him in a lot, but he was in Pearl and he was really good in that. And he's got like that Superman look.
Yep.
And, he'll have a shelf life. He'll probably be our Superman for the next 10 years.
It's a younger dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the suit here. So do you have any takes on what you want out of a Superman suit?
No, not at all. And I think I was telling somebody this earlier, like when I first saw this photo, I thought it was an AI image at first. Like I glanced at it and was like, what is this weird Photoshop? But then I was like, oh no, James Gunn posted this. And also, like, I'm not steeped in Superman enough to know like the subtle differences from suit to suit. You have people like Dorlaxon just said the S is like the Kingdom Come version, and I've seen other people say that the S changes shape. Sometimes he's got underwear, sometimes he doesn't. Like there's all kinds of things that change from either comic to comic or show or cartoon or whatever. And I'm not familiar enough with Superman to know when something is like a specific version of it. So like me looking at this suit, I'm like, well, to me, it just kind of looks like any other Superman suit Superman, I've seen, and a thing with superhero costumes these days is, I mean, it is a thing that sometimes they tend to be like overproduced and like, like you're pulling this picture up that just looks like Superman's wearing one piece of spandex that is flat and has but you look at any movie, there's all these lines all over the place. There's all these needless little lines to try to make it look, real or modern. And some people like that. Some people don't. I can be indifferent. It's like a hard, it's like a, it's a hard line to kind of making something that is either ugly or tasteful, and people seem to like it. John Yerkeba says the answer is yes, this looks phenomenal. And if John Yerkeba likes it, then I think it must be.
Who are we to?
It must argue? Be good. So yeah, I got no like strong feelings on whether I it just looks like a classic Superman to me, and that's for someone who's not like
steeped in it,
which I guess is the goal, right? You want people who aren't like the super fans, to just be like, yeah, it looks like Superman to me.
I've always been I like the classic Superman look. Like I like the trunks on the outside. Like I like the Christopher Reeve Superman. So the discourse today was kind of concerning. Everybody wants to compare it immediately to the the Henry. I'm just making up people. The Henry Cavill suit. So let's take a look at that suit real quick. I'm having some issues today.
What are you doing?
So I'm trying to make sure that I know how to use the internet. Oh, it's right there. Okay, perfect. So the Henry Cavill suit is kind of what you're referring to. It's like that overproduced.
Sure, modern, it's got some weirdness. Sleek. There's texture all the way. The belt area is odd. Like it's still recognizable as Superman, but it's
sure.
And I mean, I'm sure that this is a thing that costume designers and filmmakers probably struggle with, because you
Right.
know, in the 2000s when the X-Men movies started, you know, the first X-Men movie, they got everybody wearing black leather, and it was
Right.
like a joke. Like,
Right.
like clearly we're not going to put them in blue spandex. But nowadays you're like, well, no, that looks better. And like,
Right.
it seems silly to look back and be like, the fucking X-Men were in black leather. So
Right.
yeah, it's probably a hard juggling act of trying to figure out what's going to look good in real life.
Right. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like, I think you gotta like, one thing I've learned, and maybe this is like a soft take, but like, not that you should just always trust that a filmmaker is going to make the right decision, because obviously, like, we are all very opinionated about all this stuff. And sometimes it's clearly like, oh, they went in a direction like maybe I wouldn't have gone in or whatever. But I think like with somebody like James Gunn, who clearly is, he knows what he's doing, for a lack of, you know, a more elegant way to say it. Like, I don't think any strong reaction one way or the other is too relevant to whether or not this movie will be good or not. I mean, I think going all the way back to like Heath Ledger being cast as the Joker, or somebody highlighted in the chat, like the first time we saw the Robert Pattinson Batman suit, like I think it's the internet's like the gut, like instant reaction and like overreaction. And but I'm guilty of it. We've all done it.
Sure, we all do that.
But
it's
I
called
don't
being human.
It's called being a human being. Some people have like, people are trying to read into this photo. Oh, what's he doing? Why is there's something going on behind him? He's lazily putting on his, like, well, it's you don't know.
Well, this is a teaser image, and it's possible whatever's going on behind him has nothing to do with the movie. I also see a lot of people saying that it's very dark and the blue's too dark, but I would bet that this image, the suit, is darkened purposefully to hide it. You know what I mean? This is a teaser image. Right. I think when you see him, you know, in its full like glory, it's probably not going to look so dark. I think that's probably just color grading of the photo to make you be like, oh, what is this? What is that?
Right. And I know there's also like a pretty heavy anti-James Gunn sentiment. There's all these like conspiracy like, guys, he's just trying to make a Superman movie. That's all. He's just trying to make a Superman movie. Okay, so we're not going to spend too much more time on it, but Jake, I did want to ask you this, because I don't know if we've ever talked about this. Were you excited about Superman Returns when it came out? This movie, the Brandon Routh movie.
Hey, not really. I did go see it in the theaters. But I just, like I said, I didn't care one way or the other. The classic Superman movies have never been favorites of mine, and there might even be one or two that I just never saw.
Right.
Just didn't really gravitate towards those. I did go see that, and you know, I like that they kind of stuck with the classic suit in that film.
It's a cool poster
to look like the original, but I've seen it once, you know what I mean? And I couldn't even tell you much about it other than Kevin Spacey is an insane person in it.
Yeah.
Can I say his name? We don't say his name.
Barely. So yeah, I like that poster. I again, not a movie I've really revisited, but here's the thing. We all know Superman classic. Everybody loves Superman. I want Superman to be good, but I think it's a little bit of an uphill battle. And whether or not I love the suit or don't love the suit, it's not ultimately going to be a determining factor of that movie.
I just want superhero movies in general to be good again.
Yeah.
You know, like they're to me, there's not a ton of like great films coming out of DC, or hasn't been in the last however many years.
It's been tough.
But now, like, Marvel's doing there ain't a lot of great ones coming from Marvel either. I just hope that with Superman and maybe with Deadpool, maybe things turn around and we get back to a point of enjoying these movies. I
think it's going to be tough. I was thinking about when the first, Endgame is probably my favorite MCU movie, and you can make an argument that was also the peak of the MCU, and it's been a little bit of a struggle. But listen, everybody, like we said, we're going to try to do these daily, 15-20 minutes on a topic. If you're new, leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think of the suit. in the comments here. And if there's any other topics you want us to cover, also leave a comment and let us know. Make sure you
Yeah, let us
subscribe to
know.
the channel. And Jacob, anything else before we sign off?
No, that's it. This was fun. Nice to do a little quick one, and I'm going to go back to watching tornadoes.
Tornado chasing.
Yeah.
I think we can also use this platform and this way to get online and do more streams, to do, you know, some trailer reviews, some reactions, some
that'd be
you
fun.
know, yeah, because I know there's gonna be a new Twisters trailer coming. And
Oh, let's do it.
Mainly with tornadoes more than Superman. So
Yeah. Okay.
except for that, like I said earlier, there was a Superman movie with a tornado. Okay, everybody. Well, nobody's asked for it, but here's my official ranking of the Snyderverse. I think the Snyder Cut's my favorite of all those movies, which is insane, right? And then probably Man of Steel, and then I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. And I know Aquaman is dead last.
A bunch of other crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have not watched Aquaman 2, so more on that never.
Yeah.
I
Same.
cannot imagine a scenario where I watched that movie. All right. Well, for Jacob Walsh, my name's Craig Goldberg. See everybody tomorrow.
Bye.